I got home.
Yes, sweet Lord, I got home.
Over in Zion.
Yes, Lord, I got home.
Yes, it's mine.
Kathy Cardiasmenos, and we moved into our home built by Habitat Volunteers in February of 2001, and we were interested in a change in our living environment because the apartment complex that I could afford to live in had a lot of elements in it that weren't good for the kids, and a couple of the kids were struggling and having some problems with the neighbor. I had been told about Habitat by a couple of friends. One took me out to lunch because she knew the struggles that I was going through, and she mentioned Habitat to me and thought maybe that would be an answer. She was a loan officer, and she knew my income, and I could not qualify with my income for any way to get out of the situation. And another friend mentioned it, so I had Habitat on my mind. And then, as it would be, we were praying. I was praying a lot about it. And as it turned out, I was at work, and in the garbage was a newspaper with the ad for Habitat face up. So when I went to empty the garbage, I saw Habitat taking applications. So I filled out the application and turned it in, mailed it away, and just had to wait a long time. It was just like a miracle, you know, to have no way out, and then God to open the door and send all these wonderful people who would come week after week, like the crew of the retired gentlemen that came. They came every week, twice a week sometimes, and they, you know, were here doing, you know, really keeping the whole thing rolling. And those men are like in my heart forever for what they did for me. Not just them, but the other people that would come. And I mean, I remember it being raining, and there'd be all these people that didn't know us from Adam, you know, and they came and they worked hard and they did, you know, gross things. This was a rehab, so there was a lot of like things that had to be torn out, and there were beehives and wasp nests and rocks that had to be hauled and dirty, you know, really dirty things. And these people just came and did that. When they got in and had their own room, I just noticed like a calmness coming over the family, because everyone had a place to go and relax. And like our living room in the apartment was about, not, I don't know, half?
No way.
A third?
A third, if that.
A third. And then, so this was where everyone had to watch TV or a movie, and then our little bitty kitchen. It was just, we could have never had family gatherings. That would have just been ridiculous. We wouldn't have been a candidate for the family to join us for anything. So to be able to have family gatherings, and we've had graduation parties and open houses with, you know, 30 and 40 and 50 people over for things, and it's just been awesome.
Once we actually moved in, it was good because I remember having my own room, and that was a first. That was like amazing. And just having the space. Where we lived before, it was like really small, really small for 6 people, and really crowded and cramped. And here there was a lot more space. We got our own room. We had, you know, some privacy, and so once we were here, I think it was definitely more positive. We could get excited. A lot of good memories. Christmas time, a lot of the family would come over. Dinner, open presents at Christmas. Yeah, there's, I mean, a lot of good memories.
First moved, I wasn't too happy about it just because my friends, and I didn't want to switch schools. But looking back, it was definitely good. My friends there were not good at all, and probably if I would have stayed there, my life would have been different, just because of the environment that I was in. So yeah, it was a good thing, even though I kind of fought it at first. Looking back, it was definitely a positive to move.
And have you graduated from college?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I graduated nursing school and then a nurse.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And she's working on her bachelor's now.
Yeah.
School for art education.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a teacher now?
I teach 2.5 and 3-year-olds.
Okay. Preschool.
It's fun, yeah.
You must have
a lot of fun. A lot of kids, a lot of fun. But I enjoy it. I have a good time there.
To having just about an empty, you know, home. 3 of the 5 kids have graduated college. Charity, the youngest, is finishing her 2nd year in San Francisco in the art. What is the name of the school? The Academy of Art Institute there in San Francisco for digital photography, and she was given a chance to show her work. Joseph graduated a year ago, May, and he's working at Fidelity Investments in Covington. And David, my oldest son, is living in California, and he is part of a band, and he has a cool life going on for himself. Is that a good way to put it?
It's a country music song.
I'm really enjoying the yard. I love the yard that I have an opportunity to have fun in, and I'm still doing my cleaning business. I'm still working at Sam's, still cleaning the church, and I'm enjoying having foreign exchange students in now.
So that's how you keep the house full now the kids are out of it?
Not on purpose. And I would like to tell Paul that Joseph sealed and did a lot of work in really getting the basement together this last year that he's been here. So Paul's going to have to come by and see it. And Marilyn.
I got home over in Zion, and it's mine. So glad it's